our voting needs have to happen, right? So hopefully at this point, all of you have registered to vote. If you've not, that's one of the very first things that you need to do is you need to register to vote. Registering to vote is actually really, really easy. You're going to go online and you're going to go to the Michigan Voter Information Center. It is through the state of Michigan, and it is so if you go in and you just type in, you can even just talk it into your phone, like Michigan voter registration. It's going to take you to the page, and as long as it's a .gov website, you know you're on a government website. So step number one to getting involved is making sure that you vote or that you're registered to vote. If you're not sure if you have registered to vote, you also do the same process. So you go to the Michigan Voter Information Center and you type in your personal information. There's going to be a button that says, Am I registered? Select that button and type in your personal information. It's supposed to match the information on either your state ID or your Michigan driver's license. If you are not registered to vote, it's going to let you know. So that's step number one. Step number two that you need to be aware of is that for the state of Michigan, our governor issued a mandate that says all Michigan voters are supposed to be able to have received an absentee ballot. So if you are someone who's nervous about going to the polls in November to register to vote in person, you should have received or you should be receiving your ballot to be able to vote by mail. So that's step number two. Step number three is you need to actually mail it or drop it off at your polling location. You can find information about your polling location and either mailing or dropping off your ballot also on that same state of Michigan website. It's going to give all of that information. The vast majority of polling locations have a big drop box on the outside of them that say drop your ballots here and it is secured. So once it goes in, it cannot come out. Because I also know there's a lot of people that are concerned about, well, what about the post office? Like here's all this information coming out that says mailing it isn't secure. I can't answer that one way or another. I would imagine that it would be, but you also have the option of dropping off that ballot in person. So that's step number three. But before we even get to those steps, maybe you don't have enough information about what the things are on your ballot because we know about the big ones, right? We know that we're going to be voting for a new president, but you're also going to be voting for a new senator. So you want to make sure that you're getting informed about that. You may also be voting on different state representatives. So you need to get informed on that. Some really great ways to do that when you're looking at your ballot is to go to each of those individuals' websites and get an idea for what is it that their campaign platform is being run on. So most of them are going to pick out some key things that they are really passionate about, and that's why they've been motivated to run for office. You want to look at that and you want to see, is what this person's standing for, is that something that I also believe in? Are they going to be voting in a way that supports what I think is the right thing to do? And for each of us, that choice is going to be really personal. So take some time and get informed. The other thing that's going to be on your ballot is things related to maybe something as glamorous as like sewers in your area. I don't know, but there's all sorts of ballots and proposals that are typically on your voting form. You want to make sure that you're informed on those because sometimes the wording can be really tricky. And so you might think that you're voting in support of something, but actually what's the way they've worded it means that if you vote for it, that you're actually voting against either funding or expansion, whatever it is that they're actually looking for. So also take some time to make sure that you understand the wording on those proposals and get more information. Again, all of that information, your ballot, a sample ballot is available on the state of Michigan website. So no matter where you're from, you can look up what you would see on your sample ballot. The biggest thing is to make sure that you're talking with people that you feel like you can have a safe conversation with. And so, what do I mean by that? I mean, don't just be talking with people so that you can have a gripe fest, right? We all have things that we can complain about. That is not going to help us be an informed consumer. That's not going to help us make informed choices. The way I vote may be very different from the way you vote. And that's not wrong. But the biggest point is that we need to educate ourselves and we need to take this seriously. You can vote on as many items on the ballot as there are items to vote on. You can also choose to say, hey, I don't know anything about any of this other stuff. I only want to vote for who the president is. You can also do that and leave everything else blank. So that's something else that you should know is that you don't have to fill a ballot out in entirety for your vote to still count on what it is that you're choosing to vote for. So that's the other thing to be aware of. But the biggest thing, my friends, is just get educated. Get involved in understanding who these people are that are running to represent us because this is a really big deal. So hopefully that helps. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to us because we're here and we're happy to try to direct you the best way we can. But we are not going to tell you how to vote. That is up to you.
Thanks. That was great. And we will post these probably tomorrow.
Mhm.
I hope we
We're
got
going to do it via YouTube, people.
Okay.
Trio is moving up in the tech world.
All right. We will get through this and we'll see you all later.
See you later.